Yo, what's up guys, it's Melontosh here and I'm back with GPC Season 5, motherfucker. And we're going into GPC Season 5 and this is of course my draft analysis as in the description title thingamabob that I'm talking about. So as you can see on the side down below, that's the one. As you can see on the side down below, we had 100 points to deal with, and we had to basically draft mons between 8 and 12 mons, and using those 100 points, each mon has different points. So getting straight into the draft, I knew I wanted a dual core that I wanted, and the first part of that core was a mega that I've wanted to use in the draft league format for a while now. I used it in the March Madness tournament in March, believe it or not. I think it was in April at the end, but whatever, it doesn't matter. In being my M-absol. So this is Red Bull, the M-absol. It cost me 15 points, I believe. I'm not sure, but believe the screen. Don't believe me. Believe the screen. Don't believe me. I'm pretty sure it's 15 points for me. And I really want to use this thing. What this thing gives me, it gives me really strong priority, really good speed tier. It gives me setup, which is awesome. It has massive coverage. It gets things like Ice Beam, Knockoff, Sucker Punch, Play Rough, Superpower, all kinds of jazz, Thunderbolt, Fire Blast, Taunt, Pursuit. It's cool. I'm enjoying it. I like it. I'm going to use it. I'm naming it Red Bull. If you guys think you have better nicknames for any of my mons, but especially the mons which have question marks over the top of them, that would be cool if you guys can leave nicknames down below. Second of all, if you want to leave down below in the comment section down below which you mon think is going to be our MVP of the Exeter Chief Electivires this season. So, like I said before, I wanted to pair this mon with a the other thing M-absol does, which is awesome, which is obvious, it has the ability Magic Back. What that means is that my, as a physical attacker, it cannot be burnt, whatever, or paralyzed, even though it's fast and stuff like that. So that's really cool, because all those moves are going to bounce back and, you know, do it to the opponent. But I don't think many coaches are really going to forget about that in the league, but it's definitely something going to play in their mind. They don't really want to go for Will-O-Wisp, stuff like that. So next up is to pair with this guy, is going to be a beautiful mon called Heracross. Now Heracross is actually an awesome attacker with an awesome attack. Great, really good commentary. Of course you guys know that I'm not really the most draft analysis kind of person, so it's going to be reasonably short, but it's not going to be really short. So Heracross has two really good abilities, Guts and Moxie. Swarm can be useful, but I think Guts and Moxie are really the main ones everyone wants to use. And with 125 attack, you do not want to give this thing Guts. If it has like freaking Guts and what do you call it? I don't know, freaking Choice Band. That's the word I was looking for. If you've got Guts and Choice Band, he goes for a close combat. He will just. You can resist it. You can be a Fortress. You can be a Skarmory. You gon' die, motherfucker. You gon' die. Heracross just does not care about life. And it's got 85 speed, which is really not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. And it means my opponents have to plan for the 85 speed of Heracross, which gives me some good speed tiers, which is really funky. So I looked at my core and I was like, yo, what's up with my core? What do I need? And I was like, oh poo, I need a Fairy Resist. Both of them are weak to Fairy. And I was like, yo, I need Fairy Resist. I'm not just getting a Fairy Resist for the sake of getting a Fairy Resist. I was like, right, so there's two things I can do. I can start a Dragon Fairy Steel Core, get a Steel type, get my Fairy Resist, bam shakalaka, Willa Waka. What I could also do is get some Defog and some speed and some hazard removal, because this mon, Heracross was 10 points by the way. Heracross was 10 points by the way, and I was like, yo, let's get some speed. Let me give me two good speeders. Give me that Crobat. Give me Crobat. I wanted Crobat. Crobat's a really good one. Flyer, lovely. Flying Poison, who actually, which of course resists Fairy. Wow, English and stuff. If you excuse me, and I do sound a little bit nasal, it is because I'm under the weather and I've got a cold. So that will be why. And you know everything I've been thinking about these last 2 years. 2 years. Yes, that's how long I've had a cold. 2 years. 2 days. 2 days is how I wish my nostrils were better, and how fortunate I was as a human being when I didn't have this cold. So yeah, I also pulled my ligament. Big poo poo. Cool. Anyways, this thing gives me hazard removal. Check. This thing gives me really good speed tier. Check. It gives me Bird Spam, which is really awesome. It also gives me U-turn, which is just fantastic. It has a really good coverage on the special side, weirdly, so it can be run like with Nasty Plot, Heat Wave, Giga Drain, stuff like that. Can really throw people off guard and really just put in the work. It can really put in the work. It's a really good mod, and I'm really stoked to use it. That speed tier is just lovely. I love having really fast mons. I love having Jolteon. I'm gonna love using Crobat, I'm fairly sure. So next up, I was like, yo to the yo. I'm gonna start my Fire Water Grass core, and I was like, well, the thing is for me is I'm not the biggest fan of that many grass types, and I wanted a bulky offensive firewater grass core because Heracross, Absol, and Crobat, I mean, they can take hits, but they're not really fat, and they're pretty fast between the three of them. Pretty fast. And I was like, well, it's so much easier to get good fire types than good water types. Good water types are the easiest in my own opinion. And also, the budget is kind of a struggle. So, the budget, 100 points, it is expensive. You cannot get a really good team. I'm not going to be able to get this core plus freaking, I don't know, superior Arcanine Manaphy. You know, you can get that core, but then you've got to spend your other points wisely. So, I went and got myself Tangrowth. Tangrowth is actually an awesome mon. It's really, really good, really, really fat. 100 HP, 100 attack, which is really nice. 125 defense, which is awesome. 110 special attack, which is awesome. 50 def, which is meh. 50 speed, which is also meh. But at the end of the day, I've been racking assault vest on this thing, and it's really bulky on both sides. It's got Regenerator, which is a fabulous ability, and I mean fabulous. It's an absolutely fabulous targeting ability. And this thing basically has really good coverage. It gets knockoff, Earthquake, Leaf Storm, Power Whip, Gig Drain, what else? Sleep Powder? What else you throw my way? Tangrowth, what else you throw my way? Hidden Powers, Leech Seed, you know, it does all kinds of stuff, which is really, really useful. Obviously, I don't want to give everything away. Infestation if I wanted to, you know, I could throw some funky stuff out there. I could definitely throw some funky stuff out there. I think it's Pain Spit and Morning Sun and Synthesis and all that jazz as well. So next up, this is a Pokemon used in the March Madness tournament as well. I actually wanted to pair it with Cofagrigus, but Cofagrigus got sniped, so I ended up getting Snorlax. Snorlax is a really good normal one. I didn't actually end up pairing it with any ghost types, spoilers alert. I didn't need to. I really wanted to, but I didn't need to. So again, a really bulky offensive mon. Snorlax with 160 HP, 110 attack, 65 defense, 65 special attack, which is not great, 110 speed def, which is awesome, and 30 speed. But the thing is it's a bit like, well, a bit like, I mean, not a lot like at all, a teeny tiny bit like Chansey or Blissey, in that it has such a big HP stat, that if you go max HP, max defense, bold, it actually takes hits on the physical side pretty well, and because of that 110 special defense and 160 HP, it takes hits on the special side really, really well. So it's awesome. It's a great one. I know it doesn't have reliable recovery. I don't know why it doesn't get slack off. Maybe because Game Freak thought it would be too good for Snorlax to get slack off, which honestly, it would 100% be OU. It may be go further than OU if it has slack off. I would not want to deal with a freaking slack off Snorlax, but I would like to have it on my team right now. But you know, you can't have both worlds. So the other good thing about my team right now is I've got some slow mons. So Tangrowth is really slow and Snorlax is really slow. So you guys are going to see that in my next pick. Snorlax also gets insane coverage. Curslax is scary as hell. You can always return for more power or body slam. I guess Rest, Sleep Talk, Earthquake, Seed Bomb, I believe, Gunk Shot, Heavy Slam. All kinds of jazz. There's all kinds of jazz. It gets Pursuit, I think, Crunch. It gets so much stuff. Like normal types just get so much coverage, and Snorlax happens to be one of those normal. I think it gets Surf, Ice Beam, Ice Punch as well. I'm not really sure though. I think it gets Thunder. I don't know if it gets Thunder Punch though. That could be. If you know them, let me know in the comment section down below if you can be bothered. But I don't really blame you if you can't. I would probably look it up anyways. So that's cool. So next up, I was looking at one, and originally I wanted Latias, but Latias was 17 points. Yo to the yo. Tangrowth was 13 points and Snorlax was 10 points, I believe. It should come up there. But next up, this month, I was looking at Latias for 17 points and I couldn't really fit it into my budget. And the other thing I wanted to do with this draft, compared to last season, where basically I had 5 really, really good mons, 1 pretty good mon, and then 4 average mons, which were good average mons that I liked using, but they weren't stuff that could be reliable, you know. Armaldo is really awesome, but it's not something that's going to come every week, unless you're Rob, in which case you bring it all the time. But that's just because Rob's a genius, you know. There's not much I can do about that. So I wanted mods that could come every single week for all of my mods. So that's why you're not seeing very many like OU threats, like I don't know, a Manaphy, which is going to come every week no matter what, or Latias, which do the same thing. I've got loads of mons which can come every week, and you have to plan for all 8 or 9 or how many I might have. Ooh, magic. But my next one, so I wanted to get a bulky psychic type. Also, I've always wanted to use this thing, and I was using it in OU, and I was like, this thing is crazy. So I went and picked up Reuniclus. Reuniclus, I think I'm going to be calling Flubber. Please leave nicknames in the description down below if you do have any nicknames, because that would be awesome. So, Magikarp, Overcoat, and Regenerator, all 3 of those abilities are incredible. And when I say incredible, I mean shreddable, which is a mixture of incredible and, oh no, what did I just say? That's what it's a mixture of. So, Reuniclus can do so many things. It can actually be defensive with like Rocky Helmet. It actually walls low punny because of Regenerate. It gets Recover. It gets Recover. Psychic, Calm Mind, Thunderbolt, Thunder. I think it gets probably maybe Ice Beam. It could not. Could definitely not. Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, Trick Room, which is awesome, which means it pairs really well with Snorlax and Tangrowth. It also pairs really well with Tangrowth because it does give me a double Regenerator core, which can be really annoying for my opponents to deal with if they have to have 2 Regenerator monsters switching in between them. They can't do that much damage, and because neither of them are very passive, I mean, Reuniclus has 125 special attack with Magic Guard, Life Orb. That hurts. That hurts a lot. I'm looking for this thing to sweep. In my opinion, a Red Bull, the Mega-Absol, and Reuniclus are going to be MVPs this season. That's gonna be that's my opinion. That's my opinion. That's my guess. You never know. You can also run Calm Mindset where you have 252 HP, 252 defense. Calm Mind up. People are like, oh no, what do I do? All kinds of stuff you can do with this guy. So funky. Rocky Helmet Regenerator. It's awesome. I love it. Not very comfortable with it, but I'm going to be by the end of the season, and it shall be awesome. So next up, I wanted a bulky water, but I wanted a cheap bulky water, and I wanted Stealth Rocks. There's not one mon on my team that can learn the Rocks of Stealth. So the Rocks of Stealth are very important. Get it? Ironically, Rocks of Stealth, Water. No, okay, whatever. So the Rocks of Stealth are really important in League and Pokemon in general, just because they do so much damage. If some opponent has a Talonflame and you don't have Rocks, they're like, yummy time. Yeah, I just said yummy time. So I went and picked up Seismitoad to get best of both worlds. Yes, I know Seismitoad has 4 times weakness to Grass, but look through my other mons. Is Reuniclus weak to Grass? Our Grass type's going to do a lot to it? No. It's Snorlax weak to Grass? No. It's Tangrowth resist Grass. It's a Grass type. Crobat 4 times resist Grass. Heracross resist Grass. Absol not weak to Grass. So you know, I'm pretty good on the Grass front. You know, I'm pretty good on the Grass front right now. I can switch into that kind of stuff all the time. It gets Stealth Rocks, Scold, Earth Power, Earthquake, Toxic. What else can it do? All kinds of jazz. Sludge Wave. It can be offensive. It has 105 HP, which means it can be defensive on both sides, which is really clutch for me. Really clutch for me. The only thing is that big special attackers such as, I don't know, Manaphy with Energy Ball, it can't block that, but other than that, or maybe even a Keldeo, something like that, it's not going to be able to, because they have to bring HP Grass that way. But I mean, I don't even know if a HP Grass and Keldeo do that much. It's just so bulky, and if they want to choice it, which Keldeo often is choice, but it may not be, I don't know, it depends on the matchup, all that jazz. Seismitoad can be so useful. It also just helps with planning. My opponent has to plan for this thing, otherwise it's going to wall the whole team. If they do not bring a Grass type move, and I bring Seismitoad, then it's trouble. They're just in trouble, you know. So Seismitoad is really cool. It also gives me a Water and a Grass core, which is awesome. So next up, I wanted because I only had one hazard removal. I had Mega-Absol with Magic Bounce, but you know, I only had one hazard removal, and I knew I wanted to get another one, but I knew it wasn't gonna be that good. So I really didn't want a team weak to Stealth Rock. So I went and got a Fire type, and I decided I want a Fire Fighting type. And originally I wanted Blaziken, because what Blaziken did for me is 1 point cheaper than this mon, but Blaziken got sniped the round I was going to pick it, unfortunately. So I could not get Escavalier, which I was going to get, as my camera went a little bit blurry there, but hopefully it's okay now, which it is. So League Seismitoad was 8 points, by the way. Blaziken was 7, so I couldn't get Escavalier, which was going to be my Steel type. But it all worked out in the end, do not worry. So I went and picked up M-absol. Now M-absol is basically a better version of Blaziken because of Reckless. Even though Blaziken's faster, Blaziken also gets Knockoff and Brave Bird, which is just awesome. But M-absol basically with banded Reckless Flare Blitz is just terrifying. I mean, absolutely terrifying. That thing will just destroy your life. Actually has 100 special attack on Skull, so watch out for that. 110 HP actually means it can be a wall occasionally when it has a really good matchup, such as Miguel in the GBA used it to wall a Weavile when he played more Vone and the Cincinnati Loudon, which is really cool. I think that was in season 4, yeah, or 5, season 4 I think. So that was really good planning on Miguel's part, and that you can do stuff like that. I think it would probably wall a Bishop, although Bishop does get Psycho Cut, blah whatevs. So it's a really good mod. It gets really good coverage. It can be Choice Band, Reckless Belt. Leftovers can be actually struggle. It gets really good coverage because it gets Wild Charge for water types. Unfortunately, no close combat, which is what really keeps it down. But it does get Flare Blitz. It gets Superpower Wild Charge. You can also have Sucker Punch, which is really cool. Giving me another priority, which is awesome. Which is really cool. I think I might get Pursuit as well, but I'm not entirely sure. But that's cool. So next up, I wanted a Steel type, and I really wanted Stealth Rocks. I wanted more Stealth Walkers. So basically, How many points did I have left? I had 5, 9. I had 5, 9, 12. So, no, 5, 9, 13. I had 13 points left. And I wasn't really too sure what I wanted to do with those 13 points, if I was honest. I decided that I wanted rockers and I wanted a defogger. That's what I wanted from my team in general. I wanted that. So originally I got a Scavalier, but then I changed it in the grace period. So what I ended up doing is I ended up getting Steelix, because Steelix is actually really quite good. What Steelix does, it has 75 HP, 85 attack, which means it can't really be set up on. It's not set up fodder. It's not really strong, but it's not set up fodder. It has reasonable coverage. Yes, Fire Fang, Thunder Fang, Ice Fang, Iron Head, Earthquake, Stone Edge. All that jazz. Has a heavy slam, even get sheer force to boost some of those moves. Rock Head and Sturdy, which are really useful. 200 defense. Can eat things up, especially from dragon types, which can be a really, really big problem. Obviously, some dragon types like Salamence can be mixed, but then there's other things I can do, and once I can get them to lock into Outrage or something like that, I can just go into Steelix and it's good game, because then I have Ice Fang, it's 4 times effective. Stuff like that. So yeah, Steel is really good. It gives me Stealth Rocks as well. It gives me a Steel type, which is lovely. 2 lovely things to have, and a Ground type. So I now have 2 Ground types. So you're going to see a little bit of theme these last 2 moves. So next I wanted a Defogger or a Rapid Spinner. And I was really looking at Sand Slash, because Sand Slash gave me both a Stealth Rocker, another Stealth Rocker, and a Rapid Spinner. However, I felt it did a pretty similar role to Steelix, and I wanted some more speed. I wanted higher speed, and I wanted something that could do more than just Rapid Spin and just set up rocks, which is all, in my opinion, Sand Slash does. It's still useful against knockoff, Swords Dance, all that jazz, but at the end of the day, you're going to set up rocks, you're going to Rapid Spin, you may go for a Swords Dance, you're going to Earthquake, that's game. Whereas so I went for Flygon, and I know people do not like Flygon, but the other reason is I do love Flygon. The design, I have nostalgia with it. I got it in my very first 3rd gen game, and obviously I was a little bit disappointed because well, I wasn't at the time. I was only disappointed after, when I found out that it wasn't nearly as good as any of the other, and I felt like I really trained up my dragon and did all that hard work and stuff. But I still thought it was a beast, because it is a beast in game during the thing. It's got 80 all round, except for 100 attack, 100 speed, which is awesome. I can ban this thing, I can scarf this thing, it can put in work. It's got defog, which is lovely. It actually has reasonable special coverage. I think it's Giga Drain, stuff like that. I know it's got a 4 times weak to ice, but then that means if they don't bring an ice, they may have to bring Hit About Ice on a Mon, and I'm not going to bring Flygon, because I've got so many Mons now, and they can come. Flygon can 100% come 2 games, which is lovely. And this thing can U-turn, it can Earthquake, it can Outrage, it can do damage. It's not just Rapid Spin, it can do all kinds of stuff. It can pivot, it can actually take hits as well. It's bulky. I know Sand Slash is probably more bulky, but it's still bulky, and it can take hits and has good typing with Levitate. It gives me another ground immunity, which is just stupendous. And I know it gives me another ground type, but it just makes Volt switching against my team really tough. I mean, with Seismitoad, Steelix, Flygon, and my last Mon, which is Dugtrio, it makes Volt switching against my team just sort of horrible. Like, you have an electric type, you just don't want to bring it. I'm not sure how many electrics there are in my tier in my division, but I don't see anyone really bring them against me, and I can just bring Dugtrio, trap it, and kill it. So it's cool. So Dugtrio is really, really useful. It's a pain to plan for, because you have to actually plan sets for it. If you don't plan for it, and then you have a few mons which reach the ground, and I put a choice ban on this thing, I'm just going to come in, once they revenge something, I'm going to revenge it straight away. I have 3 mons on your team, I can revenge straight away, whatever. It's cool. Has really, really weak. It's going to die when I flick it, or if I stroke it hello, it's just going to drop dead. But so fast, I'm not going to let anyone stroke it hello. So it also gets moves like, so it gets Earthquake, Sucker Punch, Stone Edge, Reversal, Night Slash, and stuff like that. Not very good coverage. Not much more than that, I don't think. I think it's Aerial Ace if I need it. Not sure. I have to have a look through for my matches and stuff, but it doesn't get massive coverage. Why it's only 4 points. It gets Arena Trap, which is awesome, and all like I said before, really, really annoying plan for. But what it does get, which is really cool, is Memento. So what I can do is have little things like Memento, and then Memento into my M-absol and SD, and then sweep and all that jazz stuff. Cool. So that's the plan with the thing and the plan. Well, not the plan and the thing with the plan. That's something I can do with my team, which is really, really cool. It gives me another really good speed tier. Runicus pairs really well with lots of my mon, like Snorlax, Tangrowth, even Heracross if it wants to, Emboar, Seismitoad, Steelix, and that's pretty much it. If I want to set up a Trick Room, they all benefit under Trick Room, but at the same time, my team's not star. I do not need Trick Room whatsoever. So it's all really good and heard. That is my team for the GPC Season 5 draft. Let me know if you do think I have a good team. Let me know if I drafted well. Let me know if you think I drafted like an absolute baby and I should have done stuff completely differently. When I first drafted the team, I was really happy. I had a draft plan. I'm never going to have a draft plan again. If I was ever advising to someone who drafted, I would say don't have a draft plan. Although it worked out alright for me and I'm very happy with my team, I just saw how it could go so badly wrong. Just so badly wrong when you're planning out a team. So maybe have a list of ones you want to have, but I don't know. I wouldn't have a draft plan again. I'm just going to go by ear, but maybe have a draft outline. I think that's what I'll do for my next draft, but that's ages and ages away. So let's just go with this team. If you guys like my team, then please let me know in the comment section down below. If you hate it again, let me know. Tell me what you would change if you have any changes. The doc to the GPC will be in the link down below. So if you, it's going to be all from me today, guys. So if you guys did enjoy today's video, please leave a like rating down below. If you are new and you want to follow the Exeter Chief Electivires in the GPC, then go ahead and smash